Go ahead.
Hi everyone, my name is Mohammad Nadi. I'm joining from Montreal. I have a story from since 2016 about working together, about collaborating in computer science. Sorry. May I share my presentation in my screen?
Now open.
Thank you so much. Let's see this and this one. Yeah. And by the way, my presentation is in the Persian language, Farsi, and I will explain the English also. کانون برنامه‌نویسان ایرانی در کانادا, it means the association of the programming language, Farsi language or Iranian in programming in Canada. We call it BIDAR, as it stands for Business Intelligence Developers Association Registered. What is the history? In 2016, we had around 20 people in the class. I just teach some programming language and web designing. And then after that, after this class, we think about this gathering and this contribution to and working together. We decided to establish an association. In 2016, we had the brainstorming, all about the collaboration and branding, and also how can we work together. As you can see, if you want to go fast, go alone, and if you want to go far, go together. This is the inspiration word for our collaboration in 2016 and also 2017, and some quotation that inspire us, something like this one, some quotation about this supporting together, talent win games, but teamwork and intelligence win champions, from Michael Jordan. And also team working being by building trust, and the only way to do that, to overcome our needs for invulnerability, from Patrick Lencioni. And also diamonds are nothing more than chunk of coal that stuck on their job. This is the under pressure. In the end of 2016, we had the brainstorming about the branding. We call it Business Intelligence Developers Association Registered. As you can see, BIDAR is known for awakening in Farsi, in Persian language, and it means programmers. Most programmers can working at night and always non-sleeping as usual. And also we had some training and networking session in 2017. And also we had some non-Farsi speaker in our classes. And in 2018, we had networking with investors and working some working with some startup for the some of members. And also in 2017, some of our members created a company in web designing, programming, digital marketing, search engine optimization, or network. This company is started from this association. And after COVID, we had some classes with Zoom about web programming in Amazon or Google Cloud Platform or Agile, and also for the transform experience such as MLOps or game making in Ubisoft. And also the search engine optimization or time series in machine learning. As you can see, all these things into the YouTube and Instagram of BIDAR. From 2021, we started a podcast as named as Radio BIDAR with Sharif. He is the founder of Radio BIDAR, and tonight is the birthday of Sharif, and this is the reason that Sharif couldn't join us, and also Mehdi and Talieh. We had a lot of interview with non-Farsi speakers and also Farsi speakers from United States or Canada. And we have a lot of news related to Canada in software and machine learning and artificial intelligence. And we have a scope of our association, such as vision and mission and so on. Up to now, we have 300 members on Telegram around, and in Telegram channel, and our group is 700 members. Most of people is working with software and data science. And also around 100 people are member of the LinkedIn, and we have follower on Instagram and YouTube and Facebook and also Twitter. This is the analytics of the YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and also website. And during the 5 years, past 5 years, we had training classes and also in person, and also from digital or session, virtual session, and networking and job finding and job improvement, and also help to be entrepreneur. We have a couple of branch as name as IT job improvement with 200 more than 200 people is in this group. And also we created with Tali suggest in 8th of March of 2020 a branch for woman in tech in Canada. Up to now, she has around 70 members in this group, and that's it. This was my presentation, and we can talk together for the this history and next one. Apologize for my language. Even in my Farsi, I cannot. I'm not a good speaker. Even in the English, is maybe more than difficult for me.
No problem.
Okay.
Thank you for minding the time. And yeah, actually, the point of Tech Talk is to practice for public sessions, so don't worry about it. Let's go to our group photo, before we move on to other aspects. All right, those who want to be in the group photo, please turn your cameras on. And I'm gonna count from 3 to 1. All right, everyone, 3, 2, and 1. Right, there we go. So the floor is open for questions. So just jump in. Nobody has their hand up, so you can just unmute yourself and speak.
Yeah.
Mahdi and Tali, don't you want to speak at all? No?
Okay, Mohsen, you go ahead maybe.
Sorry, I didn't get your question.
Yeah, I'm asking if Mehdi and Talia want to speak,
you want to
add something to Mohammed's talk as colleagues.
Okay, well, just an introduction. I'm Mehdi from Montreal. I work as a quality engineer, software quality engineer at NetApps. We are working on cloud services, hybrid cloud services. And also I had a background of computer vision and object detection for autonomous cars for several years. And yeah, it's been almost a year that with Mohammad, Talia, and Sharif, we are working on Radio BIDAR podcast. I guess we already had 48 episodes, if I'm correct. Yeah. So I invite you to listen to our podcast and give us some feedbacks. Shall be appreciated. That's it. Thank you.
Awesome. Talia, do you want to say a few words?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm Talia. I'm a web developer and work together with Mehdi, Mohammad, and Sharif for Radio BIDAR. It's near 1 year we work together, and it's amazing. And for produce podcast, and yeah, that's it now.
Awesome. All right, let's go to the rest of the conversation, the questions and the comments. Folks, feel free to jump in. Otherwise, I will volunteer you to comment, because Tech Talk is not just a public speaking forum. It's also a forum to discuss and express opinions. And Homayun was my first target, and now he has his hand up. Homayun, good to see you.
Good to see you again. Thanks, Amir. Maybe a sort of not quite technical question. Just I'm curious a little bit to know how did you come up with the name BIDAR for this community? What's the story behind that?
Yeah, it is a very good question. Actually, I had a lot of experience with creating a branding and naming. In my mind, we can put some non-English, non-native English word, and we can use it as a brand. The advantage of this word is in that our association, we can easy remember, and we can use it as a inspirational word, as name as BIDAR. And also we have Hoshiar and Bidaram, as you can see. Yeah, for the easy remember and easy to use to this brand. This is the best reason to selecting this brand.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Awesome. Rojin.
Thanks for presentation. I'm just wondering that how you ended up working together. I'm just assuming that you have different backgrounds or like different major studies. Just I'm curious that how you. I'm not sure if you have the same mutual like universities, or yeah, just want to know your story. You're muted.
Yeah, sorry. At the start, just we started with the one training class for programming and web designing. All of this person that attended to this class, it was the background of software engineering or related to software engineering. But after that, all conversation in this group is related to software or artificial intelligence, and the maybe some people are not interested to this title or this subject. I mean, all of people that who is interested to software and artificial intelligence can join into this group or listening to our podcast. Yeah, for the start, just we had 20 people, all with background of software engineering or related to software engineering.
Awesome. Imran. We can't hear you, Imran. You're not muted, but we can't hear you. Maybe use the computer microphone. This mic that you're using is not connected.
Now?
I can hear you now.
Hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so thank you very much, Mohammad, for such a nice presentation and speaking English in an Iranian accent. Man, it was enjoyable. Awesome. My apologies. I had to laugh it out a little bit, but it's amazing. And I really appreciate that. But brother, my question is, you have been doing effort for around around 5 years. So how much funding you already got, if you don't mind me asking, and what's your future goals, like where you want to go,
Yeah. For this association, all people is working as a volunteer. There is no any fund, there is no any invest in this association, but we can some people who member of this association can create a company is as individual or working together. But for specifically for this association, all things is a volunteer thing.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you very much, Mohammad, for presenting. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Thank you, Imran and Mohammad. Said.
Thank you so much, Mohammad, for the presentation. I have a question about your BIDAR podcast. I'm interested to know how often you publish a podcast and what is the general context of the podcast. Is it, for example, like interviews or like individual talking about a specific technical topic? Thank you.
Thank you so much. In this podcast, I wish Sharif to be here, but may Talia or Mehdi can answer this question. I would be appreciated for.
Yeah, our podcast is dedicated to technical issue for programming. So our target audience group is much smaller than most of other podcasts. Yeah, and this makes us put more effort into the job to satisfy the small group of our audiences. Yeah.
And how often?
How often is it's 1 week.
Oh, nice. Can I, for example, know one of the title of the podcast? For example, I'm very interested to learn more. Thanks.
You want
to?
Yeah. I just I'm going to share my screen for the see the title of each podcast. Yeah, a couple of seconds.
Thanks.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. The recent podcast in this Monday we had for the mobile commerce, and before that for the requirement and job interview, one was the ServiceNow as the ERP system, Snowflake for the data warehouse, Explainable AI for the artificial intelligence and ethics in artificial intelligence, the digital security, Zido as some platform for identity of each person for the security thing, all about the database, Google Cloud. This one was the ethic AI, digital marketing. Yeah, this
Thank
one.
you.
No
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Awesome. You don't need the screen anymore. All right, next. Mohsen. Mohsen, where are you?
Yeah, I'm here. So I know a few other MPOs are working in the same field, like Women of MENA. I don't know if you know them. And I was wondering if you have contacted them or have any connection with them. Most of these MPOs are working on community empowerment and topics similar to it, mostly on in the tech industry, because it's one of the easiest way to empower a community in a very fast manner. So do you know them? Have you contacted them? We actually had the founder Sepide here in TechTalk. She spoke like, I think about 19 months ago. So yeah, have you contacted them?
When you are talking about the woman group, we can ask Talia, and
Okay.
I'm very grateful to suggest this topic. In a couple of years ago, we thought about creating the subgroup just for women, but in this year, Talia suggests this subject, and we are working on this group. She is very active, and I think she knows women in MENA. If I'm not sure Talia contacted to Sepide or not. Maybe in the did you contacted Talia to women in MENA or not?
Talia?
No, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think they would help you because she has worked in this field for a long time, and although they're an MPO, but I think they've sold one MPO, so I think business-wise they can help you a lot.
Okay. Yeah, perfect. I will. Yeah.
We have Mojtaba.
Thanks, Mohammad. That was a great talk. It's always good to see a bunch of people with the same interests getting together and making something awesome. And I think BIDAR is an example of that. So from what I understood, BIDAR working on many different areas, such as teaching and providing an environment for people to network there, and also making content such as podcasts. I was wondering, what is the vision of BIDAR and where you are seeing BIDAR in next 5 years? What next you guys are going to do?
Yeah, very good question. What is our vision? Mehdi, could you please help for our vision in next 5 years?
Well, that's not fair. You answer all of the simple question and take this for me. Like that.
I'm sorry.
A teacher asked if 2 and 2 is 4 and 3 to 3 is 9. What is 20 by 52? Well, about the vision, I guess that as I know Mohammad, I met Mohammad and worked with him. He tries to create a association of professionals and specialists in IT and software, mostly Persian speakers, and to develop and offer services in Canada. And since I guess that we already have all of the, the specialists that to do a job done. For example, for a software project from the beginning, for the design, for the planning, for the development, implementation, DevOps, and deployment, and many other areas, we already have people in our group. So if someone, a client, a customer, or a third party comes by and wants to order a project, I guess that we already have an established team. I think that this is one of the visions. And so for the second, Talia will go.
Talia?
You're mute.
Yeah, just please repeat your question for
The second vision of BIDAR for the next 5 years.
the next 5 years. Yeah. Yeah. I think it's
May I help you?
yeah, you can help me
Yeah.
because I'm thinking just in English.
Yeah.
It's difficult for me. Yeah.
Yeah, of
Okay.
course. Yeah,
Go ahead. Yeah.
If you have
Yeah.
trouble thinking about something in English, say it in Farsi and we'll translate. Don't worry about that.
بله خب هدف این گروه از اول این بوده که کمکی کنیم، یعنی بتونیم یک پل ارتباطی باشیم بین برنامه‌نویسان ایرانی کانادا. هدفمون هدفی که از روز اول داشتیم و تلاشمون برای تولید این پادکست ها و حالا من چون برای پادکست ها کمک میکنم به این گروه، هدفی که از اول داشتیم این بوده که بتونیم سعی کنیم در کمک کنیم که به برنامه نویسان کل کانادا که برای ارتقاء حالا بتونیم ارتقای علمی، برای ایده های جدید، برای اینها باشه. و همین چون ما پادکست ها مخاطبای خاص رو مورد هدف قرار داده و یه مقدار تولید این پادکست هم خوب مشکلات به خصوص خودش رو داره، چون ما با یه گروه خاص داریم، برای یه گروه خاص داریم کار میکنیم و در نتیجه
Let me translate this part first.
Yeah.
So the purpose, the first purpose of this group is to connect, to be a bridge and connect the Iranian programmers and for their advancement and for their knowledge advancement. من تا اینجا رو گفتم، حالا از اینجا بعد شما.
بله. و انتظار بالاتری خب از این پادکست میره چون مخاطبمون افراد متخصص هستن. ولی خب ما همه تلاشمون رو کردیم و همین علاقه‌مندی به چون داریم در حرفه خودمون پادکست میسازیم، باز این به ما انگیزه داده و اشتیاق رو برامون نگه داشته که سعی کنیم رو به جلو حرکت کنیم و هدفمون هم همینه، یعنی تمام تلاشمون رو داریم میکنیم که این پادکست ها با محتواهای بهتر، ما از مهمانهایی که دعوت میکنیم هر هفته به ما میپیوندن، سعی میکنیم افراد متخصص، افراد موفق تو زمینه برنامه‌نویسی یا تو زمینه آیتی در کانادا باشه و اینکه بتونیم یه کمکی کنیم، به هر صورت کمک کوچیکی باشه که هم بتونه به عنوان یه مرجع باشه این پادکست، شاید بعضی موقع بتونه به عنوان یه مرجعی باشه برای هم الان هم برای آینده، برای کسایی که تو کار برنامه‌نویسی هستن بتونن از این استفاده کنن. حالا آقای نادی توضیحات کامل‌تر رو میدن تا اونجایی که به نظر من هدفمون خیلی بزرگه ولی خب داریم تلاشمون رو میکنیم.
So the expectations are high for this podcast because it's for targeting professionals. They're trying to improve it, try to invite more professionals, and increase the quality. And Mohammad will explain more. I hope I got the gist of it. If there is something I forgot, please add it for the benefit of our guests.
Yeah, for sure. I just add one more thing is a create asset to in mainstream as a Canada in our country and to be part of the technical asset in Canada. This is our goal. We try to achieve all technical things, and yeah, we can work together. And this is our purpose of our group, to work powerful, and yeah, to be more power in this country, in Canada.
Awesome. Anaita.
Thank you very much for your great presentation, and it was great to know that such a community association exists, and like learning about this podcast. So my question is about the membership and becoming a member. I wonder if the members of this association are like mainly people who own a business, or like companies, or like just can normal people can just become a member, and like how does how is the procedure to become a member, and what is the cost, if there is any cost involved?
Yeah, thank you. This is a great question. All things is free. There is no any cost. There is no any charge of for the members. For the future, we try to keep as all things as it is, as like an NGO, non-government organization, and non-benefit association, but we can create a company, for example, 2 people, 3 people, or some people that who engage with them in this group. We can establish a company for ourselves. For the membership, you can join in any other social media, specifically in Telegram, because we have a lot of conversation in Telegram group, and you can find the Telegram as BIDAR.ca on Telegram, and you can join in this group also. And also we have another group as name as Job Improvement, IT job improvement, for helping people to improving the work and the job. Yeah, and also referring a job. If you work on this any other company, you can refer to your friends.
Can you share the link on with the group?
Sure, for sure.
That would be great.
Thank you. Yeah, I was going to ask the same. Like, it would be great if you can write it down in the chat. Thank you.
Thank you, Anaita and Mohammad and Talia. Imran.
Mohammed, my question is, in fact, it's not question. I mean, I'm a non-Persian speaker, and I see the podcast list you have. I would like to contribute to give a short presentation or speech on the job prospects in Canada. I do not have. I must inform you, I do not have software background, but I have seen 5 industries in Canada. So if you like, we can talk about that, and I can exchange slides with you. So it's not a question, it's more of support for your group. However, I'm not sure if your podcast has like restriction of only having people who speak Farsi or something. So that's just a proposal I can contribute in your group.
Is very good. Yeah, I would appreciate to this connection. Actually, as you can see, and you know, in Canada we have a lot of community, and some assets are hidden in the community. We can bring up some assets, some brilliant member to actually the brilliant brain into mainstream, and we can offer to, we can work with the mainstream with through this association. Yeah, I'm very be glad to work with you as a technical things, and I'm very glad to be connection with you and our community.
Absolutely. You can ask me any type of career support for people, especially in engineering, high-tech industry, like heavy industry, like multi-million to billion-dollar projects, like in gold mines, fertilizer, nuclear power plant, oil and gas, SAGD plants, R&D in aerospace business. So I've worked in all four of them, and I've traveled over 500,000 kilometers in Canada. So I've seen the rough and tough of Canada. So I can bring a different flavor to your audience. Love to help people. That's my fulfillment, what I'll get out of providing something to you guys. So let me know when you have an opportunity for me to speak. Huh?
For sure. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, at this point, we ask our guests that if they think there should be a takeaway from this conversation. You don't have to respond now. We get back to you at the end. But if I would just mention it, and then you can think about that. All right, continuing the conversation. Next person, jump in. Or I'm going to volunteer someone, because that's what I do, making people's life miserable.
Don't do that.
Go ahead, Mustafa. You're on.
I just tagged. Okay. Let me think of something. Okay, I have never got the chance to listen to one of your podcasts, but I was wondering what is the layout of that? Like, you are interviewing someone, or it's like something, a teaching content or something like that? You're talking about the software and a special package, or it's about like a journey that someone has been through and there's a stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great question. May answer Talia or Mehdi for this one, but a little thing, we grow the step by step. As we in around 1 year ago, when we started this podcast, we had not a lot of idea, just a couple of things, and the inspiration, a keyword was just do it. We started. At first, we bring some news from Canada or all of the world, specifically for software and artificial intelligence. And then we got the feedback from the audience, and we shifted to the interview podcast. And yes, yeah, for this one, Talia and Mehdi can help me to this shifting program. And also, may we have in the next year, we are planning to create the video podcast for audience.
Awesome.
I think I got my answers. Thank you.
Fatima?
Yeah, thank you, Mohammad, for your presentation. It was perfect. I really enjoyed that. I have like some questions about the podcast. I'm not that much interested in programming. Like, it's not my cup of tea, but anyway, like I'm really interested in podcasts. I really like listen to the podcast, whatever concept it is. And then the podcast make me interested in different things. So first of all, I would like to know which platform is your podcast in. Like I saw that you shared your Instagram page when you were sharing screen. Is it just on a Castbox or other podcast platforms? And then I have a question from Talia too, that for someone like me, because I heard that she repeatedly said it's for experts, the podcast is for experts, not for like ordinary people like me. So if you wanna suggest something like the first podcast to make me interested in listening to the other ones as a person who is not into the programming that much, like I like the podcast that you said about the news or the problems on this and the interviewings. What is the first thing you suggest me? I mean, I don't mean you as your group, suggest a person to go through for the first podcast, very first one to listen.
Yeah, thank you for asking. For the social media that you mentioned, we have all of major social media, something like YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Castbox FM, Google Podcast. You can just search BIDAR.ca. All of the account is under the BIDAR.ca in all social media. And yeah, for the next question, may Talia for suggest one example of the podcast to you.
من باز به فارسی براتون جواب میدم. فکر کنم زندگی کردن تو مونترال انگلیسی منو ضعیف کرده. خب فکر کنم ما پادکست هایی رو داریم که برای پیدا کردن شغل و کاریابی هستن. حالا شاید چون بله پادکست ها ما تخصصی هستن، جواب سوالتون اکثرا در زمینه برنامه‌نویسی و آیتی هستن. من نمیدونم اگر که در مورد آیتی شما کار می‌کنید، باز پادکست هایی رو داریم که برای پیدا کردن شغل و کاریابی بهتون کمک میکنن. مهمانایی داشتیم که در این مورد خیلی صحبت کردن.
من کوتاه ترجمه بکنم.
بله بفرمایید.
Podcasts that are for job search and career search, and that's like they're specifically designed for that. بفرمایید.
بله و فکر کنم اگر علاقه‌مند باشید با اینا شروع کنید شاید خوب باشه. یا پادکست های دیگه‌ای که داشتیم در زمینه اخبار آیتی بوده، اونقدر تخصصی. بله. You
can start with those or we had some special podcasts for about IT news.
In Canada. Yeah.
I mean
فکر کنم جواب سوالتون اگر سوال دیگه‌ای دارید در خدمتتونم جواب داده باشم.
زنده باشید. Thank you very much, Anaita.
So I have another question. Have you collaborated with similar associations in US? I mean, especially that in this field, US and Canada, lots of companies have collaborations and like have branches here and there. So I wonder if you have collaborated with them or thinking of doing that in future.
Yeah, a great question. We had not yet. This is the short answer. In the future, we have planned to connect with any other association, specifically in software and artificial intelligence, because as we believe, we can grow faster when we have in the niche market. Yeah, for specifically in Canada, we believe Canada is a very, very good opportunity to grow. And also that the United States, because all we know, the United States is the most powerful, specifically in economic and data science. This is the most powerful country in the world, but Canada is a small brother of the United States, and we all in Canada, and we work specifically in the scope of Canada, and then we absolutely be connected to other association, the similar association in the US. Yeah.
Thank you.
Awesome. Imran again.
Sorry, Amir, I'm talking too much, huh? Let me know when I have to shut the hell up.
Enjoy it.
No, honestly, one thing just reminded me when Mohammad said that we have to be niche down for success. And however, brother, when you are doing the career podcast, or like Fatme, what's her name? Hoshiar. She was looking for the podcast, like typical podcast, because I think she's not into the software, like specific software. So one thing I would like to bring up is that the data science and artificial intelligence and computer vision, their application is so huge. If you get out of the actual data science and typical niches of data science, like in nuclear power plants, like in project management, like in because there are bottlenecks happening in projects and procurement systems and supply chain management systems, where your specific niche has far more bigger market, because there is nobody there, right? So not that I'm asking that you change the niche of entire BIDAR project, but just I think for podcasts, if you can bring up some innovation ideas for application of computer vision and deep machine learning and AI into other industries, not just typical robotics and because so like application in other industries. And I think Behzad is working on that as well. Behzad, I came to know Mohsin from Behzad. So just an advice. I hope you don't mind.
Yeah, I know Behzad. Yeah, it's very good people to working with robotic things. Yeah, and artificial intelligence. Yeah, this is a very great suggestion. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, for your suggestion.
Thank you. Next, we still have 15-minute time, 16-minute actually. So feel free to jump in, especially folks who haven't talked yet. Yeah, feel free to jump in. We want to continue the conversation. All right. I had a question, but I forgot my question, so it may take a while before I remember. But Mohsen, maybe you want to go until I remember.
Yeah, sure. So Amir and I are doing a few similar things, and one thing that initiations like Radio BIDAR and BIDAR need is someone who has the perseverance and pushes the team, who is the engine of the team, who is your team's engine, who is pushing Radio BIDAR.
Yeah, actually, the who pushes the team is the members, is the audience. This is the exactly for that. For our goal is bring some create actually that collect the create technical things to our audience. For the podcast, all we together work to each other. For example, at the start, may I or maybe some of members of board of members of this radio invited some guests for the interview, and then I, for our social media, I work with all social media, and when we record this interview, I pass it to the Talia to introduce a guest, and also she has a great artist daughter for the creating poster of the podcast. We are very honored of the Talia's daughter, and also Sharif mixed the all podcast with music, and yeah, for that also Mehdi is working on the talking with guests as an expert. Yeah, we work all together too.
That's great. Good for you having this engaged team.
Okay, Anaita.
Sorry, I think I asked too many questions. So do you have any statistics about the members of the group, like especially the geographic distribution of them within Canada, or like their, for example, their their degrees or fields that they work in?
Yeah, it's a very good question. We are trying to announce to people in the Canada. As you can see, in the Iran or Afghanistan or Tajikistan, who speak Farsi, and many people can search in the Persian language, and we can join into the website or a Telegram, or you can follow the Instagram or YouTube, subscribe to YouTube, but we collect the a specific person in the as a member into LinkedIn. LinkedIn is very good reference to collecting and selecting people who live in Canada and can speak Persian at the first step, because we are planning to jumping to mainstream in English language and also the French language, because both of them in Canada. We had one podcast in French language for ServiceNow, and also a couple of podcasts in English also. Yeah.
Awesome. You kind of answered what I had in mind in terms of podcasts in other languages, in English especially. Okay. Yeah, we have another 10 minutes. If you want, you can still ask. Oh, Fateme, go ahead.
Yeah, I wanted to ask something about like in a business aspect of your project. So like in the future, if you want to grow to your I mean, what innovations do you think might be there for you? Like, as you said, are you more concerned about the changing the languages? Like, I mean, creating podcasts in different languages like French, English, and Persian, and or just broadening the subjects of the podcast? What is your plan for future for Radio BIDAR?
For this, as you mentioned, we are planning to jump into mainstream, and absolutely we have to use in the English language to bring our knowledge in English, because some of us we are not, as you all we know, English is our second language, or in third language, but we have to have a believeness to we can bring our knowledge in English, in the international language. And for the innovation that you mentioned, we have a couple of projects, something like data mining, or collecting knowledge from different sources. We can use some technical things, something like NLP, to creating the I mean the future in the future podcast. Let me explain for this one. As you can see, if we have a conversation, if you some word in your mind, you cannot jump in my speech, and you have to wait until until the end of the speech. But one of our innovation that we are working on it, if we have a meeting or a speech, and all of the participants, we can jump in, we can all of the participants can jump onto the specific point of the for the time, the point of time, or the point of speech, and who can speak and record exactly at the same time of the this record, some audio file, for example. We have until now we don't have any this technology on YouTube or Instagram or any other social media. Yeah, this is
yeah, that's great. That way we won't forget what we were trying to say. Yeah.
Imran.
Yeah, Mohammed, this is going to be very good. This is good, because when you hear something like a phrase or a word, you get excited about it. You want to say something, but as the line of emotions and the thoughts are unwinding, you feel like, oh, you know, everything is gone, you know. So this is good, yeah. But my question is how you would bring that parallel, those parallel vocals into serialized, because people want to hear those as soon as it is happening, but at the same time they want to listen to one vocal and they want to reply to that, right? So what's the processing? So that's the innovation part. Am I understanding it right, that still you are trying to figure out how to how to serialize the parallel the parallel speech, which is triggered with certain words which trigger like instantaneous emotions, you know. Am I right in understanding that?
Yeah, exactly. You're very great to explain this idea. It's very good. Yeah, exactly. You had the target of my point. Yeah. Thank you so much. The technical thing that you asked me, I think we have no time to explain this one, but we are working on it. And the first version of this platform, absolutely, I will send it to you by email, and also the other people to TikTok. And we have also another idea for the money. As you can see, this is the only thing that we can evaluate work in all of the world. We can evaluate by money. If you imagine we have without money, we can transfer services and also maybe product without money. But in my idea is something is if you can see that we have a very great poem, Sadi. I don't know, you know Sadi, Imran, or not?
Yes, I know Sadi and Allama Iqbal and all that. Iqbal, I know.
Great.
You can say the words, brother.
Yeah, no, it's very, very good.
You can say the words. I will not understand the entire Farsi, but I do catch certain words because I speak Urdu. I'm from Pakistan, right?
Yeah,
so,
it's very good.
Yeah, please go ahead. Go ahead. Say the.
Yeah, he said, to نیکی میکنو در دجله انداز. دجله in the Iraq, in the river. دجله انداز که ایزد در بیابانت دهد باز. Anybody can translate this?
You do something good and you just throw it into the Tigris River, and then the creator would give you back it's something in return.
Like Sadqa Jariya, kind of Sadqa Jariya. Like you do the good, you put it in the river and let it amplify.
Yeah, you pay it forward, basically.
Yeah, this is also a very good idea because you can actually exchange knowledge. Let's say I know specific industrial opportunities in Canada and I don't know Farsi, so somebody can teach me Farsi for an hour to hour, and I can tell him or her about my experiences in Canada. So we don't need money. It's like old days. People used to travel, and I believe that's the street university I call. Like there's university like formal education, and then there is street university. In old times, like people used to travel. There was no countries, so from place to place they used to go and do some hand waves and something for others to learn like what you are asking. And sometimes they just have to wash dishes or wash the street for getting the food. And the scholars which has been created like from Samarkand, Bukhara and Central Asia, some of the world-known scholars came from Central Asia and all the way to Iran and everything. Just because these people used to travel, and they used to do exactly the same thing which you are doing, but now with software application that they used to exchange the knowledge without even the money. They used to become rich with the knowledge. Like it's mutual cycle of richness, Awesome idea. Awesome.
Exactly. We are trying to create this platform. In the website, you can see as the name as Dajle.org. This is the organization of the Dajle. And
what goes around comes around.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes, Talia. Yes, that's very true, Talia.
Awesome. All right, time's up. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for the Mehdi had his hand up. Yes, Mehdi.
I have one final question. What's the relation between TED Talk and TikTok? And they're both based on Vancouver.
TED Talk is not based in Vancouver, but TED Talk basically is an episode that some people have to graduate from to be able to come to TED Talk. And we had one example, Ali Kashani. He delivered his TED Talk first before coming to TED Talk. So joking aside, we
I think more than one example.
Yeah, more than one. Okay, I forgot the other ones. But anyway, yeah, basically we're different. TED Talk, it's mostly like public, like one person speaking and that's it. Here we're trying to build a community and have a conversation and get to know each other better. So it's more than just a session of speech. But before I lose you all, because my battery is almost dying, is that I have to say that I have to thank you for coming. Our next meeting will be in person at Paparoti, just by the stadium in downtown Kiefer Place. And do not go to the Paparoti in Robson.
Yeah.
Before multiple times, don't do it. We don't go for Tech Talk there. It's not a good idea. And we're going to be with Amir Vohushi, who is what is Amir Vohushi?
Founder and director of 7 Gate Ventures.
Yes, I was looking for his like title, as in without mentioning 7 Gates, but yes, he's
an angel investor and
incubator.
Invested a lot of angel investor.
Also
invested a lot of startups.
Also an incubator, 7 Gates.
I think 7 Gates is an incubator. I'm not sure.
Awesome. Yeah, for all your startup things, come to this session. Amir is a great guy. He knows a lot, and he's one of the best in his field. So without further ado, thanks for coming tonight, and see you next week. Bye.
Have a good night. Bye.